I know I didn't post a video about the weekly update of my weight and the working out and stuff like that. There's a reason for that. It's been a rough week. So Sunday I went to the gym. Monday night I did not go to the gym because I had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday morning. It was like 10:15 or something like that. It was for the cardiologist. They wanted to run another stress test and check everything out. So the stress test that they were going to give me is where you get on the treadmill and they put the wires on you and they test your heart and stuff like that. Well, normally since I go to the gym every night after work, that's why I didn't go to the gym Monday night, because it was Tuesday morning. I didn't want to outdo myself and just wear myself out. So I didn't. It went well. Um, they put the stuff on me. They stuck me on the treadmill. I got to the good pace that I was going. I power walk. I do not run because it hurts my knees, whatever. Anyway, I was power walking. I got to the point where I'm comfortable. This is my good stride. And then the orderly nurse, whatever you call him, decided that he wanted to up the limit. So he pushed it up and it made it go faster. And I'm trying to keep up. I had to grab the sides a little bit. And finally I'm like, dude, stop. I can't go any further. But the numbers were good. Everything was fine. My heart was good at the point. My blood pressure is a little high. They're not gonna adjust my meds, but he said if it doesn't change in a couple weeks or something, he'll have me double up on the pills or something. So that was good. It was just a follow-up, 6-month follow-up of the actual heart attack. So, which brings me to what I actually want to talk today about is the heart attack. I kind of talked about it before, but here's the real situation and the everything that happened. 6 months ago, so I live in Fort Smith, Arkansas. So 6 months ago, some friends of mine and I were going down to Hot Springs, where there's this store. It's like Sam Goodies or something like that. They sell t-shirts, concert t-shirts, movie t-shirts. And we were going down there because I'm a Halloween Horror Nights freak, just like the rest of us. And you guys are all fans as well. So we were going down there because they had a whole bunch of Halloween t-shirts on sale. Michael Myers, things like that. And if you followed me over the past couple months, you probably saw that I wore them to Halloween Horror Nights and to the parks and stuff. I wore a different shirt every day. I'd Instagram it and FaceTime or post it on Twitter and things like that. So anyway, we were going down there to go shopping, and I sit in the back seat, my friend sit in the front, and normally I sit on behind the driver. So you kind of lean in a little bit, you're talking to him, this and that. Well, this time I was sitting on the other side and leaning on this arm. So I was leaning on that arm, and it was good. I was having hot flashes because it was kind of hot, and things were fine. We got down there, and my arm was kind of tired and sore, and I thought maybe it's just because I'm sitting on this side, no big deal. I kept saying, I got a headache, but I'm okay, I'm a little tired, whatever, no big deal. We went in, we did some shopping. I got me some shirts, obviously. And I just kept telling my friend, actually his wife was with us, and I kept telling her, I don't feel good. I don't feel bad. I just don't feel 100%. So I said, just keep an eye on me, make sure everything's good, and let's keep going. So from Hot Springs, we decided to go over to Little Rock, which is about an hour and a half, I guess, drive from there. We went to Little Rock, and we were going to go into this mall, and we went, actually, no, it's not true. We went to the Container Store, I think. Walked around there. I'm not feeling good. At this point, I'm not feeling good at all. My arm's kind of tight. Chest is just a little bit tight. I'm having hot flashes. I thought maybe it's because I haven't eaten all day long. I kept telling her, I just don't feel right. Just keep watching me. Well, then from there, we drove right across the street to this mall, and everything started getting blurry. Like, kind of tunnel vision when you're looking straight at something and it starts getting blurry around the edges and things like that. My arm was hurting, my chest was hurting, and I told her something's wrong at this point. Something's definitely wrong. Finally, they went into a store. I sat outside, and I felt myself just fading, you know. She came out, they came out, and they're like, what do you want to do? I said, let's go home. Let's drive home. It's 3 hours drive. Let's go. By the time we left the mall and got into the car, that was it. I was in the midst of having this heart attack, and I got in the back seat, and we were sitting there, and they kept saying, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, I don't know. I can't. It was hard for me to function in my head. I could hear myself, like I felt like I was screaming, but I don't know. I don't know, you know, and I was in the back seat, like I said, I kept feeling like I was doing this, just going down, going down. Anyway, she asked me, what do you want to do? And all I remember saying is, let's go to the ER. Let's go to the ER. Which, good enough, was she pulled out of the parking lot. It was right across the street. There was a hospital right there. We went in, told them what was going on. They did some tests on me instantly, then set me down in the waiting room. And then finally, when I got back in there, into a room, the doctor said that I had was having a massive heart attack, and they wanted to go in, check everything out. They wanted to keep me overnight, and remember, this is 3 hours away from my home, and my friends are there. I'm riding with them, and I didn't know what to do, so I was like, I don't know, can you patch me up or something and let me drive home? And as soon as I get home, I'll go to the emergency room here. And he was like, no, we can't. You won't make it. What? And that was it. He said, you won't make it. If you leave this hospital and you try to get to Fort Smith, you most likely will not make it to Fort Smith. And it scared me. I mean, it freaked me out. So that's it. Do what you got to do. Put me in here. Take care of me. Shoot me up. Put IVs in me. Whatever you got to do. And I was in the hospital for 3 days. My friend stayed the night that night. We didn't know if I was going to get out the next morning or not. So I was in Little Rock for 3 days with this heart attack. They did a heart cath, which is where you can't see it, but they go in right there into your vein, and they go up into your heart, and they look at your heart, and they put this fluid in. They see where the problems are and stuff like that. I keep saying it's there. It's actually this side, but so they did one, and then they put 2 heart stents. These little things, they put it in the vein, and then they blow them up like that, so the blood flows through. They put 2 in. I wasn't feeling great afterwards. Okay, you patched me up. Now what? Like I said, 3 days. They said you can go home, go back to Fort Smith. My friend drove all the way back from Fort Smith, picked me up. We drove all the way back, and I was off work for, I want to say about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, something like that. Not feeling great. I was real tired, and I just didn't feel like I was back to normal. I even tried to go to work one day, and one of my supervisors was like, nah, you look horrible, go home. So I went home. Anyway, I took another week off, and finally when I went back to work, it was a struggle every day. My arm was hurting, my chest was hurting a little bit, I was dizzy. Walking down the hallways was rough, and my blood pressure was high. And in that time frame, I want to say that I was in and out of the emergency room here in Fort Smith 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. And I would go in, they would lower my blood pressure, get me settled, and send me home. And finally, I called my cardiologist here and said, look, something's not right. I feel like crap. This isn't getting better. What do I do? So he said, and this is 6 months ago, he said that he wanted to do a stress test, check everything out. They do two kinds of stress tests. The first one is relaxed. I went in, I laid in this stuff. They put the wires on me. They put me in this thing where it scans me. I fell asleep. I ain't gonna lie. I fell asleep. I laid there. I just remember going, just out. Next thing I know, she woke me up. She goes, you're done. Now they wanted me to go eat, relax a little bit, then come back, and then they were going to put me on the treadmill. I hadn't been working out at this time. I was gained weight, and um, so I came back. They put the wires on me again, put me on the treadmill, and they wanted to get my heart accelerated. They wanted to see how far they could push it, I guess. Um, and I was stressing it. Then all of a sudden she said, well, we're going to put the stuff in you. And as soon as we put the stuff in you, you'll feel the difference. And that's when we want to do the extra scan. They'll scan your accelerated heart rate. As soon as she put it in, everything went blurry. My legs went weak. And I started to go down. There's this wall of all these different machines and stuff. And I heard like 4 alarms going off. And I tripped once, and then this next thing I know, this orderly come over, and he's picking me up off the floor, and he set me down. And he was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" They're trying to calm me down. They scanned me, and my doctor said the next morning that he wanted to go back into my heart. They were going to do another heart cath. So they did another heart cath. They went in the next morning. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to cry, but they went in again, second spot in my arm. And he added 2 more stents to my heart. So now I have 4 stents in my heart as of right now. When I woke up this time, actually, as I was coming out of the grogginess, I'll explain that in just a minute, I felt like the world was different. Like, I literally woke up, like, my friends were this time were sitting next to me, and I was just like, let's go. I'm ready. I'm raring to go. I felt 100% better. I felt better now at that point than I did 6, 7 months ago. It was so different for me. Everything was flowing. I had energy. Let's do this. Let's get up. Let's keep going. They kept me overnight just to keep me on the safe side. Everything was fine. He adjusted my medication. He put me on some good stuff. You know, put me on a regimen of, you know, working out, eating right, taking my meds, and that's where I'm at now. You guys are following me with that. When they do the heart cath, I don't know if you've ever heard this or not, but you're awake. I'm laying in this bed, my arm's sticking out, and then they put this weird thing on your hand. Well, they cut a hole in your hand first, and they put this tube up in it. You're wide awake to this process, and you cannot move. Your body is numb. But he's going up through your vein into your heart, and you're doing all this. Well, on this wall over here, there's this huge monitor, and you can see it. And you can see pieces of your body, and you can see where the little wire's going through. And then all of a sudden, they inject you with the ink or whatever it is, and you see it. You see your heart beating, and you're like, oh my God, that's my heart. And you can see the little areas on the side where there's the mistakes, or there's it's not flowing where it should flow to, or the irregularity. You can see that, and you are wide awake this entire time. I can speak, but I can't move. My doctor asked me, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm good. And he would say, well, Mr. Adams, I need you to turn your head to the left. I would turn my head to the left. There's this big thing that comes down on you, and it scans you, scans around your heart, and it's doing all this stuff. And he told me that the procedure normally takes about 20, 30 minutes. I was in there a good 2.5 hours. Because at the end of it, he told me that what they did, they fixed the 2 stents that the previous doc. I don't think they messed them up. He just adjusted them, is what he said. And then he added 2 more stents, and then cleaned up. That's all he said. I cleaned up some stuff in your heart. That's why I was in there for so long. Side story. I had to pee while I was laying there. The orderly had to help me. Sorry. But it's true, because I was there for so long. Anyway, there's tons of videos on YouTube about it. There's tons of stuff on it. It explains it shows it. I watched it. Showed how they did the little incision and how they put the little thing on your hand when you're done. And don't know if you can see this. This is my medical bracelet. Isn't that cute? That's sweet. So, I don't know if I can show this or not. There's two little dots right there where they went in. Little battle scars, I guess you could say, where they the first one in and the second time they went in. And but the second time I woke up, I was great. I felt amazing. I felt wonderful. But now, every little thing that I do, my heart comes first. Is this food going to be right for me? Can I walk across the mall without being out of breath? Can I ride that ride at Universal or Disney or without it affecting me? Now, mind you, there's some rides I don't ride anyway. I don't ride Hulk. I don't ride the big roller coasters. I don't ride Aerosmith. You know, I do the other stuff. You know, I love Tron. I cannot wait till that ride's going to be so amazing. I'm going to ride it. But I like Transformers. I love all the Harry Potter stuff. But I don't ride the big ones anyway, so I'm good with that. So, just walking around the park, though, I was there in October, right? So the heart attack happened in May. I was at Universal in October, and I was good. I wasn't getting tired. I was a couple times I got kind of worn out because I've been working. I stayed there from open to close through Halloween Horror Nights to the end, but I was okay. And now this is where I'm at. I'm so afraid of every little thing that's going to happen. I'm trying to lose this weight. I'm trying to get back in shape. I'm afraid of dying. I have a really hard time with that.